What are the different Carnival spa services, communications, and what is a Carnival journey sailing? Like I was telling you yesterday, a cruise is such a good value because you get so much. Everything just about is included. You get a sail away party, you get live music for dancing at different clubs, karaoke, comedy clubs, playlist productions, a game show, DJs. They have smoking clubs, they have photo clubs, they have all kinds of bars and lounges, pools, twisting water slides, of course, casinos. They got deck games, they got contests, onboard duty, free shop. Okay, Sandra, people are uncomfortable to change. Okay, you can get. Okay, Sandra, it's time with somebody on the phone. You're a troublemaker. Okay, so look at the picture. Notice that Carnival has ports all around the edge of the country. Okay? The reason for that is that the most expensive part of a cruise a lot of times is the airfare, which is unbelievable to me. Okay? You can get an airfare and it'll cost more than 7 days on a cruise eating and drinking and entertaining. So since airfare is so expensive, what Carnival has done is they try to make ports all around the country so that people can at least drive there if they want to. That's all right that you're on with support. It's better that you're doing it while you're in class than sitting there waiting after class all by yourself. Okay? All right. So, yeah, and these ports do change, okay? But as you can see, it's all around, and of course, then we have some in Europe now, and of course in the Caribbean. But they try to get it so that there's ports where people can drive to from the more populated areas. Can I print this map? I might be able to print the screen. But I think what you need more is in iKnow, it has the ports. Let's see if I got it written down here. Yeah. There's another map that I'm going to give you that I think will help you more. I'll show it to you in a little bit. So the different destinations that they travel, look at the color of that water. Isn't that beautiful? God, I love the tropics. I do. So the destinations, of course, are the Caribbean, the Bahamas, Mexico, Canada, New England, Alaska, Hawaii, and Bermuda. They have specialty destinations added occasionally. Caller can request a destination or a specific port. So it's important to be knowledgeable on our ports of call and which itinerary they're found on. Use resources to narrow down sailings. I know keyword search for the port name, and fun by destination. And I'm going to show you that when we get into I know. Carnival.com keyword search for port name and explore destinations. What's that? That phone number is not going to help you too much, because if they need to take over your, what do you call it? On the phone, they need to take over your desktop. So it's always better to go through Ava. You can try it, but you know. Okay, this is the map I'm going to send you. Now, it's not perfect. Let me see if this thing will work. But remember when I told you, you don't know, you know, if they asked you Eastern Caribbean or Western Caribbean or something like that, you know, you wouldn't know off the top of your head. That's right, Tanisha. Hold on, I'm going to. So, for example, in the Caribbean, if you go down this line, something like this. Can you see the marker? Can everybody see the marker? Is the marker showing up? Yes or no? Some people say yes, some people say no. Okay, well, I tried. I put a marker on there. All right, let me shut down the marker. Okay. If you take, you also can see my cursor there, right? Let me see if I can do it with this. You don't see my cursor? All right. All right, well, Eastern Caribbean, you see where Florida is? Eastern Caribbean goes down Freeport, Little Stirrup Cay, Half Moon Cay, Grand Turk, Amber Cove, La Romana. You see how there's like a line? Okay, that would be Eastern Caribbean. Western Caribbean, you know, is Jamaica, Montego Bay, Ocho Rios, Falmouth, Cozumel, Costa Maya, and then down here where Aruba, Curacao, Bonaire, that's Southern Caribbean. Now, I can't give you a list of names because sometimes they move them around. So they may have, I don't know, San Juan in a Southern Caribbean and then have it in an Eastern Caribbean. So they move them around, so I can't just say, this is Southern, this is Eastern. But by looking at the map, you can pretty much tell, okay, what's Eastern, what's Western, and what's Southern. It won't work, Erica. I was just trying to write on it. But I am going to put this in your in the Google Docs this weekend with the other stuff, okay, so that you can see the different locations. Now, Mexico, you have to remember, there's two ways to look at Mexico. Okay. Even though you can't see it here, but Mexico has a Western Caribbean, which is in the Gulf of Mexico, right? And then it also has, it's going to be on the west coast of the United States, okay? So remember that Mexico Mexico extends from the Caribbean and then also on the west coast. So you'll see here Cozumel, the Yucatan, Costa Maya. You know, this is all the Western Caribbean, and it's part of Mexico. Then we have Belize, Isla Rotan. Okay, it's all in the Gulf of Mexico. You can see my mouse? Well, I'm glad somebody can. And then here is the Mexico on the west coast. So Catalina Island is in the United States. And then Ensenada, Cabo San Lucas, Puerto Vallarta, all of these places are on the west coast. So sometimes in order not to get on the Jones Act, you'll see that a cruise will start out of, let's say, California. They'll bus the people to Ensenada, and then the cruise will start there in order to get around the Jones Act. Let's see. That is near LBC. What's LBC? Oh, Long Beach. Yeah, yeah. Well, that's why you know, that's why I like being on the Atlantic. Because do you know how many oil rigs there are in the Gulf of Mexico? Over 5,000. Over 5,000. You know, it's just, you know, yep, over 5,000. And remember that one that broke and millions of gallons of oil went into the thing? I'm thinking, man, if I owned a place on the Gulf Coast and, you know, that tar could come up, do. Hope to God it never happens. And this is Alaska. Okay. The Alaska map. So you've got, well, Canada, Victoria's in Canada. But then you have Ketchikan, Sitka, Juneau, and Skagway. Okay. And the ships go through these fords here. That's why you take the skinny ship. I say field trip, right, Sandra? Field trip. And so here we go. Leaving from Ensenada, go to Honolulu, Maui, Hilo, Kona. The Hawaiian map. Also uses the skinny ship. And then, like I said, for the change of seasons, they have the seasonal trips to New England, Boston, Portland, St. John, and Halifax. The Alaska cruises are also seasonal. They start like in May and end in September. Anybody know where Falmouth is? What itinerary do you think it would be? First of all, you got to know where Falmouth is. Anybody know it? Western, very good. Belize. Anybody remember that one? When we were looking at Mexico and the Gulf, we went down. Also on the west. Amber Cove. Eastern, correct. Skagway. Oh, come on, that's an easy one. Alaska. Tallawag. Okay, that was just a big general idea. The best way to look at the different locations is on carnival.com. Hold on. If you click on Explore Destinations, okay, you can explore all the different locations that we go to. Isn't that beautiful? Ugh. Okay, so I picked Caribbean, View Sailings. Okay, so here you see Western Caribbean from Miami. You see Miami to Key West to Cozumel and back to Miami. It's a 4-day cruise. Okay, and it says the ship, Carnival Victory, from Miami. The Sensation goes from Miami to Key West to Cozumel also. They got one, a 4-day that goes to Grand Turk, one that goes to Cozumel. How about the Yucatan? Here's Mobile, Mobile to Cozumel. New Orleans to Cozumel. Here's a Western, a 5-day, Tampa, Grand Cayman, and then Cozumel. Let's go for something a little more exciting. Let me put how many days. Okay. Here's a nice one. Out of San Juan, you go to St. Thomas, Dominican Republic, Barbados, St. Lucia, St. Kitts, and St. Martin. Amber Cove and Half Moon Cay, those are beaches that are used just by Carnival. There's the Dunn River Falls that I told you about. So beautiful, so warm, so wonderful, but hard to climb. At least it was for me. Okay? When you're going through these things, okay, you can click on Learn More. And it'll talk about the itinerary. Okay? So if you want to know, well, what am I going to do with Cozumel Plus? What? So you click About, and it'll give you the information on it. Okay? So if you want to know about the tours, or the destination, the ports, you can check on that because it's got the pictures and it tells you all about it. Do you start understanding why the sales program is longer? Because your customer service, you need to know a little bit, but a person who's selling has to know, oh, well, what's in Belize? And they got to talk about Belize. They got to tell them all about the ship. So you can see that there is more to it. I know looking at that, you're going, oh. All right. So let's talk a little bit about Ino. And hopefully everybody will be in by tomorrow. From the beginning. Back in the day, they didn't give us a free cruise, but they did give us that we could go on a field trip on the ship. But you had to pay your own way here. So it was usually just people who lived in the area up to like Orlando or Tampa that would come down. And then we'd go on the ship for several hours, and we get to eat for free in the Lido deck and try all their different foods and stuff while the ship was in port. And they would bring in these big air-conditioned buses and take us down there. But people started, they would say they would come, and then they wouldn't come. So they'd get a bus for, 30 people, and then maybe 10 would show. So then they quit doing it. Erica, you're a little bit like me. I don't like not being in control. I have to be the one driving the ship. So I'm not driving the ship. Okay, so when you pull up Ino, remember that Ino times out after about 15 minutes of non-use. I prefer using the question mark, using it and closing it, rather than having Ino open all the time, but that's up to you. The Ino homepage remains, but your name will no longer appear. You'll know that it's not logged in. So every once in a while, you got to click on it in order to refresh it. You don't like clowns, Erica? We get a lot of clowns in our life. So how are you going to use Ino? I took a group of people to Disney once, and my assistant did not want to go, and I didn't know why. And I made her go, and found out that she didn't like anything in a costume. So when Winnie the Pooh and Tigger too came, she left the place screaming. I didn't know it. She could have just told me. Okay, the I Know homepage is organized to help you find the answers and to find them quickly. So when you open the homepage up, okay, you're going to see a quick link to carnival.com, which is over here on the right. You see it at the right? Anytime you click there, it's going to take you to the Carnival webpage. I wouldn't do that, but, it's up to you. The menu bar with links to common areas. You see there it says departments, announcements, alerts, propose answer, internet. The one you have to pay attention to is the one that says forms. Do you all see where it says forms? Okay. You will use that sometimes. We'll get to that later. So forms are found there. Navigational links to popular categories. On the left, these navigational links are the way we used to, back in the day, find answers in I Know. It's organized. People that did it, the old way, a lot of them still like to use that. But they have upgraded I Know, and really the easiest thing to do is just type the question in the search bar like Google, okay? Now, once we get in, you'll see the left navigation. You will use it sometimes because of the way it is organized, but most of the time, you're going to be using the search box. And then right here in the middle, you see where it says announcements. This is how you keep up with changes and things that are going on at Carnival. Now, you're going to have several different ways. Once you are out of class, you'll be assigned a PF, a lead, okay? And they will also be sending you and training you on new things that come along. But then the announcements in the middle there, you need to read them every day. And don't go, ooh, ah, because it's not a lot. Usually, some days there are none. Some days there's 2 or 3 announcements, okay? So what you do, it is dated. So you keep up. Some of the stuff has to do with you. Some of it does not. It's about the Carnival in general. But this way you'll know what's going on, okay? And if you're off a couple of days, you just go back to the last date that you were working and then read from there. Like I said, there's many days there's nothing, and then there's days that 2 or 3 things will pop up. Okay? Yeah, your PFs will keep up with you in a lot of emails, and they'll give you a lot of feedback and stuff. You have to read the stuff, guys. Okay? It's not going to be like in class and Auntie Ida is going to send you the stuff again and all this stuff. Okay? You've got to keep up. Remember, you're an independent contractor. They are not going to spoon feed you. Okay? You got to keep up with the stuff yourself. When you're using search, it's similar to Google. It's the best way to use the site. You're going to find that when you're using the search bar, less is better. So like I was having you look up minor, some people type minor policy or something like that. Less is better, okay? You're going to find things a lot quicker. The search feature on I Know is intuitive and is self-learning, which means the more it's used, the smarter the search will get. If you prefer searching by the categories, use the navigation on the left-hand column. Like I said, the people that did it, before, those are the ones that still use it. Information on that left-hand side is grouped into commonly used categories. Click on a category name to see all the documents. Do not use where it says show more. Let me see if it if I can show you that. Okay, so you see here, like at the top one, it says booking procedures, and it's got all these links under it, and it says show more. Don't click on show more. Just click on the heading, and everything will show up. We'll show you that once we get it. The announcements contains documents with important urgent information. Read these daily prior to servicing. Popular Answers contains the most viewed document by everyone that is serving Carnival. Like spoon feeding. Offer. I know offers two ways to search for information. You can search without filters, or you can search with the filters. From the home page, using the Help Center search fields causes I-Know to search all categories. If you type, in quotes, Miami transfers in the search field from the home page, it returns 265 results. Now click on the Booking Procedures category link, enter Miami transfers in the search field. I-Know searched, and it has 94 results. You'll get less things come up. Okay? So you would have clicked on the side, Booking Procedures and Miami Transfers. To tell you the truth, I never do that. I just do the regular search. It's usually when I'm looking for something, then it's in the top 5 or 6 of the results that come back. You can refine your search area even further by selecting a subcategory, such as optional airport transfers. Then enter Miami transfers in the search field. I-Know searched with only 19 results. But I can tell you, if you type Miami transfers, the right one's going to come up anyway. Okay, so this we're going to do first thing tomorrow because everybody's not in yet. So, how many people, let me see. Oh, there's one more thing I want to show you because there's been a few people that have come after the first couple days. Okay, so I'm getting emails on what's the homework or things like that. So, remember when you go into a la carte, that's the Disney thing, I'm sorry. When you go to the Arise Learning Center, duh. That's all right. When I'm teaching Disney, I'm saying navigator. Come on, show it to me. Okay, so when you go to the course dashboard, guys, your homework is there. Before you come to class, I always put what your homework is for that night. So today's the 12th. The assignment for 412, read things to know, cruise search, blah, 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 and your knowledge check number 4. Okay? And your recordings, you click on the virtual classroom, and your recordings for each day are there. Are there any questions? Okay. I'm going to have one person share. Day 3 was special. Every day's special. Every day your top side is special. Let me tell you, Erica. Every day your top side. All right. I want somebody to share their screen that knows how to look up their attendance and everything. I want them to show, because when I show it, it looks different than yours. Someone who knows how to show that they've completed their knowledge checks. Terry, you good for that? All right, go ahead and share.
Yeah, I'm being the teacher's cat.
All right.
And Christie's Daily Exfoliating Polish that's gentle enough to exfoliate every day for smoother, radiant skin. This 3-step system is an over.
Of course, if you lower the TV, it would help.
Oh, no, it's not. Oh, can you turn that down? Oh, wow. Sorry.
It's all right.
Okay,
All right, so guys, look. Now you're looking at the way that it looks like on a student.
wait a minute. I do it every day. And now I'm in here.
Okay, but wait, don't just go to it. Go from right to the beginning so that they'll see it.
Okay.
Go to my dashboard.
In my dashboard, I click on My Grades under Tools. And the check mark, and to the right, there are my grades of all the things I've done.
And your attendance?
My attendance, hold on,
Right on the bottom there. See it?
hold on. Oh yeah, the P.
Okay. So guys, you need to check that, because sometimes the Arise Learning Center will make a mistake. Like if you get kicked out of class a lot, it might show you absent. So you should always check your attendance, and you should always check that everything you've done is in there. Does everybody see how to find it? Is everybody good?
Go to my dashboard, my grades, and to the right of the screen is all of my work and attendance.
Yeah. And of course, it's not all filled out because you just started. You've only been here 3 days.
Right.
The assignments are just that they're done. The tests, the knowledge checks, you need to get 100,
Okay.
but you can take it as many times as you want. You want to get 100 because they're going to take those questions and put them on the exams. Okay? So that's why they do them. So you just can do them over and over again until you get them all right.
Okay.
All right? And then I think on the exams, I'm not sure if it's 80% or 90%, and you get 2 tries. We be cool?
We be cool.
All right. All right.
And I'll stop sharing.
Thank you.
Okay. That's okay. And I'll go, let me get my mic on.
Okay, does anybody have any questions? Now don't be running off.
I've been saying we be cool around my house since I started this class. So my whole family is saying we be cool. You started something, Ida.
All right, well, I like to start things. Danielle, it's not when the latest that you can turn something in. This is for you. This is all built so that you can become an agent. Now, the further behind you get, it's going to be hard because we try to keep what we're talking in class with what you're reading. Okay? Now the exams, when those are assigned, those have to be done on time. Assessment, I haven't given you the assessment yet. Shalonda, you talking about the knowledge check? The knowledge checks you can take as many times as you want. Okay, so I want to let you guys go. Okay. All right, well, we'll handle it. Don't worry. So don't be all running off yet. These people. Hold on. Erica. William Cole. Tanisha. April. Tiffany Franklin. Nicole Gonzalez. Terrence Gordon. Chantel Harper. Tiffany Malone. Venus Matthews. Kirsten McCrillis. Sean Paradise. Terry Sikorsky. And Sandra White. Those are the folks that told me they are in IKNOW and Navigator. That it's all done. Is that correct? If I called your name, then you're good to go. Is there anyone that has gotten in that hadn't told me yet? Tell me in chat. Okay, hold on. Tamika Mayweathers, you're in both? Okay, you're good to go. Okay, Shanika Patterson, you're in both IKNOW and Navigator. Is that right? Okay. Tatiana Beatty, you're in both and you checked that it's working. Okay, you're good to go. Kristen Lewis, let me check on that. Tangela, did you have a question? Okay. Okay, Kristen, let me check. Hold on. Okay. Kristen Lewis, I showed that you did the AKO, the AK1, You're in the VPN. You got 100% on your knowledge check 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have your grades. Shaquan, you're in both? Very good. Okay. Support got me to Citrix app screen, but I don't remember what you said to put in as username and password. Are you still with support, Sherelle? Yeah, you should, Kristen. You should see it. But I have you down. Okay, Sherelle, go ahead and share your screen with me. You're sharing the whiteboard. Cancel that. Go back. Click on Share Application Screen, Entire Screen. Okay, so the rest of you in here are waiting for support. Mary, I know what your issue is, so you don't have to wait. I'm going to send you an email. Just be looking for it. And Tangela, since you don't have the drug test, they can't do anything with yours, so then you can go also. Okay, so Cheryl, you're going to share your screen? Shalonda, where are you at? Are you in Pulse Secure? Shalonda, are you in Pulse Secure? Have you ever been in it? Because I don't remember getting a screen share from you. Yes, Cheryl, you have to be in Chrome. Okay, if you're in Chrome, you're already promoted, so go down to the bottom. The the box with the arrow that goes to the right, click on that, then click Share Application Screen, and then select Entire Screen. Okay, so Shalonda, if you were in it before and it's giving you trouble now, you should close it, clean your cookies, and then start over. And remember, you have to be in Internet Explorer. Oh, okay. Cheryl, how many times have you tried to go in? Because if we do it a third time, it'll lock you up. Oh, Lord. Okay, your code is SHO 8050. Shalonda, you have to be in Internet Explorer when you open Pulse and to get into any Carnival application. Okay, but I must have made a mistake. Let's see. Bernard, okay.